In a world consumed by speed, distraction and constant noise, the wisdom of Thich Nhat Hanh emerges like a gentle whisper, a reminder to return home to ourselves. He taught that peace is not something we chase, but something we touch in every moment, right here, right now. The art of being present, he believed, is not a luxury reserved for monks or mystics, but a simple practice that anyone can learn and that everyone deeply needs. Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Zen master, poet and peace activist, spent his life guiding others back to themselves. Through gentle words and quiet strength, he taught that true freedom doesn't come from changing the world around us, but from changing how we are with the world. And this begins with presence. To be present means to be fully awake to what is happening now. It means not being pulled into regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Thich Nhat Hanh often said, "The present moment is the only moment available to us, and it is the door to all moments." He believed that the present moment is not just a segment of time, but the gateway to life itself. When we are truly present, we stop running. We arrive. And in that arrival, something profound begins to shift. He spoke of mindfulness not as a technique, but as a way of being. It's not about trying to be calm or to force ourselves into silence. It's about noticing, really noticing, the breath as it moves in and out, the feel of our footsteps, the sound of wind through the trees, the taste of a simple meal. When we breathe mindfully, we come back to our body. When we come back to our body, we come back to life. In Thich Nhat Hanh's Plum Village Monastery in France, daily life is filled with simple rituals of awareness, eating, walking, sitting, all done with attention and care. He taught walking meditation, where each step is a kiss to the earth. He would say, "Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet." Imagine that, each step not taken to get somewhere, but simply as a way to celebrate the miracle of walking, the miracle of being alive. This way of living doesn't require dramatic changes. You don't have to quit your job or live in a monastery. You don't have to meditate for hours each day. You only have to pause, breathe, listen, look deeply. One mindful breath, one conscious step can be a revolution. It interrupts the autopilot. It breaks the cycle of reactivity. It brings you back to the here and now, the only place where life is truly happening. Thich Nhat Hanh often used the example of drinking tea. Most of us drink tea while thinking about something else, a meeting, a task, a worry. But if we drink tea mindfully, we can feel the warmth of the cup in our hands. We can taste the subtle flavors. We can feel the breath moving in and out. That moment becomes alive. That cup of tea becomes a teacher, a reminder that life is not found in grand accomplishments, but in these quiet, ordinary moments. He taught that suffering too can be met with presence. Most of us try to avoid pain. We distract ourselves, numb ourselves, or fight what is. But Thich Nhat Hanh would remind us, the only way out is in. When we bring gentle awareness to our suffering, we don't drown in it, we transform it. He compared mindfulness to the sun. It shines on everything, and that light allows healing to begin. A feeling of anger, sadness, or fear is like a small child calling for our attention. Mindfulness is the mother who turns toward that child with love, holds it and says, "I see you, I'm here for you." Even in the midst of conflict, this practice of presence offers a way forward. Thich Nhat Hanh was exiled from his homeland for calling for peace during the Vietnam War, but he never stopped advocating for compassion. He believed that peace in the world begins with peace in ourselves. If we speak to others with anger, that anger will grow. If we speak with understanding, bridges begin to form. Presence gives us the space to respond instead of react, to choose compassion over judgment, connection over blame. In one of his most powerful teachings, he said, When you love someone, the best thing you can offer is your presence. How can you love if you are not there? That sentence cuts through the noise of modern relationships. So often we give gifts, words, advice, but we are not truly present. And yet, the most healing thing we can give another is our full attention. Just to sit, to breathe, to listen, not to fix, not to judge, not to analyze, but simply to be there. That is love in its purest form. He didn't ask us to become saints, he asked us to be real, to be aware of the breath, to smile, to wash the dishes with our full attention, to look into the eyes of a loved one and truly see them. These are not mystical acts, they are human acts. But in a world that pulls us in every direction, they become sacred. To practice presence, as he taught, is to reclaim our lives from distraction. It is to say, this moment matters. This moment is enough. And in doing so, we touch a peace that does not depend on circumstance, a peace that is not fragile or fleeting, but rooted in the deep ground of now. The art of being present is not always easy. Our minds are busy, our habits are strong. But Thich Nhat Hanh reminded us that we can always begin again. If we get lost in thought, we gently come back. If we forget, we remember again. Each moment is a chance to start over. The breath is always there, waiting to bring us home. There is something revolutionary about this simplicity. In a world that tells us to go faster, do more, be more, he invites us to stop, to breathe, to notice the miracle of being alive. And in that noticing, we change. Not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. Thich Nhat Hanh passed away in 2022, but his presence is still very much alive. In his words, his students, and the quiet power of mindfulness spreading around the world. His life was a poem, his teachings a gentle bell calling us back to what matters most. So today, perhaps take a breath. Feel it, really feel it. Let it anchor you in this moment. And from that breath, let presence begin, not as something extra to do, but as the very way you live. Because life is not waiting for us in the future. It is here, in this breath, in this step, in this moment, and it is enough.